Okay, so when you picture a genius, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it perfect grades, a massive vocabulary, someone who just knows a ton of random facts? Well, what if I told you that the real signs of a genius-level mind are actually much, much weirder? Let's dive into this.
Right, so you can pretty much forget all the cliches. Psychologists are finding the people with the highest IQs, they rarely act the way we expect them to. Their intelligence doesn't really show up in trophies or awards, it shows up in their habits.
And here's the thing that's so important to grasp. The reality of extreme intelligence is often hidden. It's hidden behind behaviors that, let's be honest, most of us would probably find a little odd or maybe even write off as flaws.
In this contrast, it's really at the heart of everything we're talking about. See, we're all trained to look for intelligence in these external things, right? Like grades. But the psychological reality points to something way deeper, something internal. It points to weird habits and unconventional thinking that's all driven by a mind that just processes the world in a fundamentally different way.
So what are these habits then? Let's get into the specifics. Let's talk about the actual behaviors that quietly signal a mind that's operating on a completely different level.
First up is a total classic, and it's probably one of the most misunderstood. Have you ever caught someone, or hey, even yourself, just kind of muttering away when no one else is around? Society often slaps a label on that, calls it strange. But is it really?
You see, for a high IQ mind, talking to yourself isn't madness. It's a method. It is a seriously powerful cognitive tool. They're not just talking into the void. They are actively organizing their thoughts, they're rehearsing scenarios, and they are literally solving problems in real time.
So no, this isn't just random noise. By talking to themselves, they can clarify what they're feeling, they can strengthen their memory, and break down these huge, complex ideas right on the spot. You can almost think of it as an external hard drive for their brain. It's a feature, not a bug.
All right, next step, let's talk about conversations. People with exceptionally high intelligence often find small talk to be, well, physically draining. To them, it can feel completely and utterly pointless.
And listen, this isn't arrogance, it's just that their brains are wired to seek out patterns, to solve problems, to explore these deep philosophical questions. Surface-level chatter about the weather, it just doesn't give them the stimulation they crave. They're on a hunt for genuine connection, not just killing time.
Now let's get to a habit that even surprises psychologists. It's this kind of hyper-awareness, an uncanny ability to notice details that almost everyone else just misses completely. It's like they're processing a constant stream of high-resolution data from the world. It could be something so subtle, like a tiny shift in your voice when you're talking.
Or maybe it's a fleeting facial expression, one that's gone before anyone else even has a chance to register it. Their perception is just that sharp.
And what this does is it allows them to see connections and patterns in what looks like random chaos to the rest of us. It gives them this intuition that can feel almost supernatural. But there's a cost to this. Their brain almost never, ever shuts off.
So what's driving all these behaviors? Well, it all comes down to the underlying hardware, It's a cognitive engine that's just wired differently.
What a lot of people might call overthinking is, in a gifted mind, something else entirely. It's pattern recognition cranked up to the max. It's in overdrive. Their mind is constantly running simulations, seeing all these multiple futures branching out from a single decision and weighing consequences that others would never even think to consider.
This really intense internal world, it explains their social habits. It's why they often keep very small circles. It's not about being antisocial, not at all. It's a conscious act of energy conservation. They are ruthless about protecting their mental energy for what truly matters to them: deep connections and real, authentic relationships.
And what about when they seem to be staring off into space? Yeah, that's not laziness. Neurological studies actually show that when we're mind-wandering, it activates the parts of the brain responsible for creativity and strategic planning. So when they look absent-minded, they're probably building something absolutely extraordinary in their head.
And what's fueling all of this? It's this fundamental, relentless need to ask why. They don't just accept rules or traditions at face value. No, they have to tear them down to their foundations to understand the raw, unfiltered truth. It's a drive that makes them incredible innovators. But it can also make them feel like total outcasts.
So what do we call these people? The ones who live with these traits, the ones whose genius is kind of hiding in plain sight, completely misunderstood by a world that expects intelligence to look a certain way. Well, there's a name for them.
They are called the silent gifted. They don't need to brag, they don't seek the spotlight.
Their brilliance is quiet. It's just woven into the very fabric of how they experience and process the world around them.
Ultimately, true intelligence isn't always loud or obvious or glamorous. A lot of the time, it's quiet. It's profoundly misunderstood, and yes, sometimes it just looks plain weird. These habits, they're not flaws. They are the unmistakable fingerprints of a rare and remarkable mind.
Which kind of leaves us with one last thought to chew on. Maybe we've been measuring intelligence all wrong. Maybe it's not about the facts you can recite. Maybe true intelligence is about the unique, strange, and beautiful way you see and interact with reality itself.